One city in Australia tonight has a 100% chance of heavy rain. 100%. Not 50, not 70, 100. And if you are in that city right now without knowing it, you could be caught in serious flooding within hours. But here is the thing. 3 other cities tonight are facing conditions just as dangerous. Tropical lightning storms, wind gusts that can knock you off your feet, and humidity so extreme your body cannot cool itself down. Which cities? Stay with me, because in the next 60 seconds I am going to reveal exactly where the worst weather is hitting tonight. And more importantly, I am going to give you the exact timing, hour by hour, so you know precisely when to stay indoors and when it is safe to go out. And if you stick around until the 5-minute mark, I will give you the full city by city breakdown for every major location across Australia, including a few surprises that the mainstream forecasts are not telling you. But first, drop a comment right now telling me where you are watching from. Your city, your suburb, whatever you like. I read every single comment and I will reply with a personalised forecast update for your area. Seriously, do it now while you are thinking about it. The more specific you are, the better I can help you. Right, let us get into it. And I want to start with the city that shocked me the most when I pulled the data tonight. Canberra, the national capital. And folks, this is not a drill. The chance of rain in Canberra tonight, Sunday the 8th of February, is sitting at 100%. Not a maybe. Not a probably. The Bureau of Meteorology data is showing guaranteed heavy rainfall, the kind where water pools on roads within minutes and visibility drops to almost nothing. Temperatures today barely crawled to 17 to 19 degrees. That is absurdly low for February. That tells you immediately that a serious weather system has parked itself directly over the capital and it is not going anywhere tonight. Now, here is the critical timing information you need. The heavy rain in Canberra is already underway this evening and it will continue hammering down through the entire night. Peak intensity hits between 8 in the evening and 2 in the morning, when rainfall rates will be at their heaviest. Do not expect any real relief until Monday morning, when the system finally starts to push east. Monday the 9th is looking dramatically better, temperatures bouncing back to 26 over 15, with only a 24% chance of light scattered showers. But tonight is ugly. If you are in Canberra right now, stay home. I am not being dramatic, I am being practical. There is a real risk of localised flooding, especially around Lake Burley-Griffin and in the lower lying suburbs. Do not drive through floodwater. If it is flooded, forget it. Keep your phone charged. Keep an eye on flash flood warnings. And if you are near a creek or drainage channel, be aware that water levels can rise shockingly fast. Canberra sits 600 metres above sea level, deep in the interior. And when systems like this park over the capital, the water has nowhere to go quickly. Now, do not skip ahead, because here is something most people do not realise. While Canberra is drowning, a city just 3 hours up the road is getting a completely different forecast. And that city is Sydney. Sydney tonight on the 8th of February is sitting at a comfortable 25 degrees during the day, easing to about 21 overnight. That is textbook February weather for the harbour city. But do not be fooled by the pleasant temperatures, because Sydney in February averages 86.2 millimetres of rain spread across 23 rainy days. That is nearly 1 shower every single day. Tonight, the early part of the month puts daily rainfall averages at around 5.8 millimetres, which means pop-up showers can appear with almost no warning. The timing for Sydney is different from Canberra, though. Showers are most likely between sunset at around 7 in the evening and midnight. They will be short, sharp and scattered. Nothing like the wall of rain hitting the capital. Winds are blowing at about 24 kilometres an hour, giving you that classic harbour breeze. Humidity is sitting at roughly 50%, noticeable but not suffocating. And here is a beautiful number for you. Ocean temperature at 23.1 degrees, absolutely perfect. If you managed to get in an evening swim at Bondi or Manly before the light faded, you picked the right night. My advice for Sydney tonight: chuck a light jacket in your bag, grab the umbrella, head out and enjoy your evening. The showers will not ruin your plans, they will just keep you on your toes. Whether you are eating at Circular Quay, grabbing a drink at Darling Harbour or wandering through the rocks, you will be fine. Just keep one eye on the sky. Quick note for Newcastle and Wollongong. Newcastle may run a degree or two warmer with stronger sea breezes. Wollongong tracks similar to Sydney, but with slightly higher humidity. Both have a reasonable chance of evening showers. Now, here is where things get properly interesting, and I promised you this at the 5-minute mark, so here it is. The full breakdown of every remaining major city, starting with the one that cannot make up its mind. Melbourne. Classic, unpredictable, ridiculous Melbourne. The city where 4 seasons happen in a single afternoon. Tonight, the 8th of February, the high was about 24 degrees, dropping to 18 overnight. That is comfortable, even pleasant. But the headline in Melbourne tonight is wind. Southerly breezes at 20 kilometres an hour are pushing cool air straight up through Bass Strait, and that will make it feel 2 to 3 degrees colder than the thermometer reads. If you are strolling along the Yarra or down at South Bank tonight, you need a jacket. The rain situation in Melbourne, 53 to 54% chance, which in Melbourne terms means absolutely nobody knows. Could bucket down, could be bone dry, could do both in the space of 10 minutes. Barometric pressure is steady at around 1,009 hectopascals, which means no severe system is heading in, but that 50-50 coin flip on rain is very real. The timing for any showers in Melbourne is most likely between 9 in the evening and midnight, arriving with the southerly change. Before that, you should be dry. After midnight, conditions should settle. Sea temperature around Melbourne peaks in February at about 18.8 degrees, noticeably cooler than Sydney. Still swimmable if you are tough enough, but a night swim at St Kilda or Brighton is probably not on the cards with that southerly blowing. Do not miss the next section because we are heading into the tropics now, and this is where things get wild. Brisbane, the capital of Queensland. And tonight, Brisbane is a completely different planet compared to Melbourne. We are talking 28 degrees during the day, only dropping to 22 overnight, with humidity that will have you wringing out your shirt before you even finish walking to the car. This is peak subtropical summer in full effect. February in Brisbane averages 172.3 millimetres of rain across more than 20 rainy days. Let me put that another way. 2 out of every 3 days in February in Brisbane get rain. Tonight, tropical showers will pop up without warning, often accompanied by spectacular lightning that cracks across the entire sky before disappearing just as fast and leaving that thick, muggy air sitting on top of you like a wet blanket. Timing for Brisbane storms tonight. Most likely window is between 6 in the evening and 10 at night, with a second wave possible after midnight. The storms build fast. You can go from clear sky to absolute chaos in under 5 minutes. If you have a barbecue plan tonight, and what self-respecting Queenslander does not on a Sunday, have your backup plan ready to move everything under the patio roof at a moment's notice. Bring in anything loose from the backyard. Make sure the car is undercover. Check your gutters and drains are clear. One beautiful piece of good news. Ocean temperature around Brisbane is sitting at 27 degrees. That is warm bath water, perfect for surfing and swimming. But remember, this is also box jellyfish season in northern Queensland waters. So stick to the netted areas if you are heading into the ocean. Now we jump further north to 2 cities that are getting absolutely hammered by the wet season right now. Darwin first, the top end. And folks, Darwin in February is not for the faint-hearted. This is peak wet season. The locals just call it the wet. And tonight it is delivering everything it has got. Temperatures barely move between day and night, 32 to 33 during the day. And overnight it does not drop below 25. Combine that with humidity peaking at 78%. The highest of the entire year, and you are looking at conditions where your body physically struggles to cool itself. The sweat does not evaporate. Your shirt sticks to your back. The air conditioning is working overtime, and you still feel clammy. Evening thunderstorms in Darwin tonight are practically guaranteed. These are not gentle showers. These are massive tropical systems with enormous lightning, powerful wind gusts, and rain that dumps so hard the drainage cannot cope. The classic Darwin pattern, gorgeous red sunset around 7. Within 5 minutes, the sky turns black. Then the heavens open. It might last 10 minutes or 2 hours, but it is always spectacular and dangerous. Storm timing for Darwin. Expect the first cells to build between 6 and 7 in the evening. Peak storm activity between 8 and 11 at night. Conditions usually ease after midnight but can flare up again before dawn. Stay away from open areas during storms. Do not shelter under isolated trees. Get indoors the moment you hear thunder. Lightning risk in Darwin during February is extremely high. Cairns, the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef, is dealing with similar conditions. February highs of 31, lows of 26, extreme humidity, monthly rainfall averaging 123 millimetres. Storm timing mirrors Darwin, evening through late night. For anyone with reef tours booked, contact your operator to check sea conditions. Now let us fly all the way across the continent to the place where tonight's weather is absolutely perfect. Perth, the most isolated capital city on earth, and tonight it is the envy of every other city in Australia. February is actually the driest month of the entire year in Perth. Just 9 millimetres of rain for the whole month across only 2.1 rainy days. Brisbane gets nearly 20 times that amount. The chance of rain in Perth tonight is virtually zero. Daytime temperatures push to 35 to 38 degrees, but the low humidity means it does not feel as brutal as Brisbane's 28. Once the sun sets, Perth cools quickly to 20 to 23 degrees, dropping to 18 to 20 by midnight. That big temperature swing creates those legendary summer evenings the rest of the country dreams about. The star of the show is the Fremantle Doctor, that famous sea breeze rolling in off the Indian Ocean. Whether you are dining along the Swan River, walking Cottesloe Beach, or sipping a cold drink on a Northbridge rooftop, this is as good as it gets. Clear skies, brilliant stargazing. Perth gets less light pollution than the eastern capitals, and the dry air keeps everything crystal clear. Adelaide is almost as good. Mediterranean climate, February average high of 26, overnight low around 17. Rainfall minimal at about 43 millimetres across roughly 2 rainy days. Tonight will be bone dry with light winds and clear skies. Perfect for outdoor dining along Rundle Street or by the Torrens River. One warning though, February is when Adelaide cops heatwave conditions, days regularly above 40 degrees. Residual heat can make sleeping difficult even on pleasant nights. Drink plenty of water and keep a close eye on elderly family members and young children. And finally, a quick word on the places sitting at the opposite extreme tonight. The Gold Coast is sitting between Brisbane and Sydney on the weather spectrum, 26 to 28 degrees during the day, easing to 22 to 24 in the evening. Humidity higher than Sydney, but not as intense as Cairns. Chance of a short, sharp evening shower, but nothing that will ruin a night out at Surfers Paradise or Broadbeach. Hobart, the most southerly capital. February highs of only 22 to 23 degrees, dropping to 13 to 15 after dark. Sea temperature at just 16.5 degrees. Those southerly winds carry sub-Antarctic air that catches every mainland visitor off guard. Dress in layers tonight. If heading up Mount Wellington, pack seriously warm gear. The wind on the summit will cut right through you. Right, here is your final summary to screenshot and save. Canberra, 100% rain, heavy all night, stay home. Easing Monday morning, Sydney, warm with scattered showers. Umbrella essential, pleasant evening otherwise. Melbourne, 50-50 on rain, southerly breeze making it feel cooler. Jacket recommended. Brisbane, hot, humid, thunderstorms likely from 6 in the evening, storms clearing by late night. Darwin, peak wet season, guaranteed storms, extreme humidity, stay indoors during lightning. Cairns, same as Darwin, storm activity evening through late night, check reef tour conditions. Perth, perfect, dry, clear, best evening weather in the country tonight. Adelaide, dry and pleasant. Watch for residual heat, stay hydrated. Gold Coast, warm with possible brief shower. Enjoy the nightlife. Hobart, cool for summer, layer up, breezy, especially on elevated areas. Now remember, conditions can change fast, especially with tropical systems. Always check the Bureau of Meteorology at bom.gov.au for the absolute latest updates on the 8th of February. And here is what I need you to do right now. Drop that comment telling me your location. I am building something special for the next video, a deep dive into what the rest of this week looks like across Australia, and I am going to prioritise the areas you tell me about. Tuesday and Wednesday are shaping up to have some seriously unexpected developments for the East Coast that nobody is talking about yet. You will not want to miss that one. Make sure you are following so you catch it when it drops. Stay safe tonight wherever you are across this beautiful country, and whatever you do, if it is flooded, forget it.